Hey you guys, what's going on? It's Clary Berry and I'm here today with another video. We are going to talk about Bitcoin today, again, mainly. Yeah, as we know, kind of Bitcoin affects the whole entire crypto market. I mean, a large percentage, it's not like half of it is, half of the crypto market is Bitcoin. So I don't know if that statistic is probably still true at this moment, but has been obviously true in the past. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I hope you guys are doing well. So the full moon is on April 26th. It's Monday night. And we have a full moon in Scorpio at 5 degrees. This is just a really intense period, okay? We might have some emotional, tempering to do here. Temperance. Interesting to get that, okay? But balanced and temperate isn't necessarily bad, okay? Now, this is a time, again, there is a lot of intensity, but of course, intensity with crypto and Bitcoin can definitely go either way, right? So just saying, oh, Scorpio is intense, isn't going to really help us out. So let's get a little bit deeper here, shall we? We're going to look at various different elements of this full moon. So we do know that Scorpios, one thing that sticks out to me, they're very, very analytical. They're always really wanting to get to the bottom of something, no matter how deep they have to go, to understand it. And, you'll find that in their conversation, in their research, and in their understanding. And so I love how in doing our Scorpio, which is of course a water sign, we get the first two cards are cups, which is your water signs, your water tarot cards. So with water, I've been seeing that water is actually more of the, I guess you could say, introverted of the elements. It's the more calm, and it's therefore it's not necessarily representative of the most pumps, you could say. So there is passion, there is some deep, I think, analytical, you could say even research going on. There's definitely some deep love here. And there's definitely, again, like things happening, things moving. You could say like boiling under the surface. But, and again, there's definitely no lack of passion. Okay. And we'll talk about this passion a little bit more because, there's passion, there's passionate people against crypto, and Bitcoin. And of course, there's lots of passion for it. So again, passion can go either way, but either way, I want you guys to know the bigger picture here, and all of this learning and all of this understanding really is doing something here. And we are turning over a new leaf, so to speak, here with this full moon in Scorpio at 5 degrees. Now, fives can be challenges. It can be ups and downs. It can be twists and turns, okay? So this is one of those full moons where somebody's trying to predict exactly what is going to happen, even astrology prediction, you have to take it with a grain of salt and realize we can't possibly have the time and energy to fathom everything and put everything into a lens of understanding. So, try as we may, we're only mere mortals, but definitely not muggles. But anyways, here we go. We're also in the sun in Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, traditionally, you guys, there's a reason why April, is usually a bullish month, and that is because Taurus is a bull, and it's very headstrong. It knows what it wants, and it does it. And a lot of times what you have set up in Aries, Aries is the start off point of the zodiac. Aries lights the fire, and that gives Taurus the momentum, to carry it through. Here we have the same card we've been getting past couple days during, again, kind of the same time period here. And that is the Judgment card. So Judgment and Temperance. Usually I always get this card in Libra season, but again, balance, balance, balance. And, again, I'm getting this excitement, but in a way it's balanced. Something's balanced out despite all the excitement. Or I'm also getting like people are just waiting to see what happens. So that might be kind of, again, a reason for this so-called balance, you know. But to me, you also want to look at the flip side. Anytime it's going sideways, or anytime, you know, you're just getting on, and always look at those. Are you better than you were last year? Are you better? There's always a metric that you can look at and say, well, you know, it's like if you zoom out, we're not doing so bad. And a lot of this is keeping the bigger picture in mind rather than just getting caught up in these little tiny ups and downs. And again, it's good to know the ups and downs if you're a trader, but not huge on trading with crypto just because of how volatile it is. And also, you know, I don't have time and energy for that. And I don't like to, yeah, I could go on and on and on. But anyways, I just want to kind of give the background of the Taurus. We have the sun in Taurus transiting sun in the first house from April 2nd through the 5th, through the 7th of May. And this is definitely a time where there's a little bit of recharge going on. Okay. So it's going to be a big year. Let's just put it that way. Recharge for the next year. There is still this kind of selfish energy. But there's also this energy of, you know, being, you know, very, shall we say, yawn energy. That's how I think of these ups, you know, these dips versus pumps. It's yawn energy. It's ego. It's self-expression. It's putting shit out there, shining your light. And that is, you know, pretty bullish. Okay. So a little bit sideways, a little bit bullish energy for this time period is the vibe so far. So let's get a little bit deeper, shall we? Okay. And again, I'm getting like that whole phrase about the months or the days. What is it? The days are long, but the nights are short. It's like a parenting phrase, you know, it's like so hard to get through the long days, but then, oh, the blink of an eye and, you know, your kid's grown up and it's been a year. And it's like, that's kind of the, again, scale back. I'm getting this scale back, look at the big picture and celebrate, you know, celebrate even the little things here. Okay. So Mars Trine, we had something come over, but we'll wait and see if it pops out here. Mars Trine Natal Venus. Okay, this is actually, we're getting to be just peaking a few days before the full moon. It's going to last through the first of the month or so. This is that bold Mars energy that is really, there's opportunities here with the passion. There's being really, again, this intuitive kind of draw, intuitive knowing, also intuitive confidence about this. It's almost like Bitcoin doesn't even have to try very hard right now, because when it does try even just a little bit, it just does everything perfectly and like blows everybody's socks off. You know what I mean? So like, let it take its little rest if it needs a little breather. You know, it might be sitting back, might be just zoning out. And again, kind of getting up that energy. But this is high energy. Again, this is opportunity. This is passion. This is creativity. This is popularity. I'm really getting like, again, just like this channel, you know, has just went in this new direction with Bitcoin. I feel like there's a lot of people that are getting creative. They're getting very creative with Bitcoin. You're going to see more, you know, and in crypto in general as well, but we're specifically looking at Bitcoin here. I think you're going to have, you know, again, more Bitcoin art, more Bitcoin, you know, merchandise, all of these sort of things. I mean, it comes with the territory and, you know, other things as well, intricate, you know, like more of the EFTs and all of that sort of thing. Okay. More companies going public that are in the cryptoverse. It's just, again, it's becoming more mainstream. It's becoming something that, again, is this dialogue. It's something fun and exciting for people to talk about now, regardless of whether they're getting into it or not. That's kind of the symbology of this, is that, again, regardless of everybody's buying Bitcoin or not, everybody's talking about Bitcoin. And it's pretty much all eyes, one eye on Bitcoin, basically to see what it does next. And then again, it's kind of like a test. You know what I mean? It's like almost like Bitcoin is getting a little bit shy and saying, okay, now I have more people watching me than ever before, literally ever. More people watching me. And I'm supposed to perform, you know, right away. It's like, no, I need to, you know, collect myself, take a deep breath and get ready, you know, for all of these newbies that I've been talking to, you know, talking to their people and been doing their own research, hopefully. And, you know, all of this mass disruption, mass awareness is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And again, there's going to be a lot of creativity regarding that. So, we have an aspect, Sun square natal Mercury, which is ending the 27th. I feel like they just keep on popping over, but they don't want to be found. So we might have a little mystery. There might be a little bit of confusion, you know, like, you know, things, again, you know, things are happening. You know, big things are happening, but the sideways lines here, okay, getting a lot of sideways energy. And also you notice there's a lack of like the up and down types of swords, energy and stuff like that. Like, just signifies peace sometimes. Okay, and maybe even kind of like going around in circles here. Oh, like doing, you know, nothing new, things we've already done, up and down, you know, or like I said, maybe sideways. So it is a time though also with the sun. Okay, we'll take one, flipping over reluctantly, creativity. This is good. Again, we've been mentioning creativity here with Bitcoin during this time period. But again, this energy that we have actually ending on the 27th, the day after the full moon here, is the Sun square natal Mercury. And again, this is so much buzzing, okay? So much, again, this is discussion. This is people talking, you know, people, and again, yes, people doing, but people are going to be talking about what they're doing with Bitcoin, you know, and it's that whole thing. But there is a lot of energy here. Again, there's definitely room for, like debate is really coming up here. Arguments even, could be heated, you know, passionate. And it could be a lot of the kind of old versus the new, you know, these conversations. Oh, we're going to learn these points and easily be able to debunk these theories because we've heard them a million times before, because this is what people have been saying about Bitcoin since, you know, 2009, right? So a lot has happened since then, and we have a lot more to say. But it's definitely a time, again, where kind of, it's almost Bitcoin's being put on the spot. The spotlight is shining right in Bitcoin's face here. And it's almost like it's got to prove its intentions. And again, it's making people want to research more so they can have those discussions, you know, and just people are buzzing inside their own minds and also outside of their minds. So they're buzzing, you know, and trying to research, trying to learn, trying to create, you know, trying to do whatever they're doing with Bitcoin here. And then again, also like verbalizing that to other people within their relationships is huge. We really can't underestimate the relationship side of this full moon either. And relationship, you know, that's how things get spread, you know, and that's how minds get changed, is by these heated debates sometimes. So people are buzzing. Bitcoin, again, is being put on the spot and having to prove its intentions. The 27th, we also have Mars in conjunct natal Mercury, which is peaking. And this is, again, lots of ego, lots of energy. We always say that's good for the peaks. So it's good. We got some coins here. Okay, this is good. This is good. We got 2 pentacles in a row. So I really feel like at this time, even maybe towards the end of the full moon, towards 27th here, lots and lots of energy. Okay, Sun, Trine, natal Mars. We know, you know, these are definitely, it's go get them. And then that's about the finances here, because at this point we're already in Taurus sun sign. So the natal Mars, there you go. That's just super, pretty highly bullish there. And then we also have, okay, so on the, oh wait, no, I'm getting all over myself here. Okay, the 27th was the peak from kind of that mental energy, but the 25th is a peak of the Sun trine natal Mars, which is, again, just super high energy, super high action, things happening. You know, this is the extroverted, this is the up line, this is the up. And so definitely good energy for the, even before the full moon. And then also Venus is trining natal Sun on the 25th as well, peaking on the 25th. Third time card has done the same thing, popped over. This one wants to be found this time. So there we go. Another Pentacles, very, very bullish. Okay, 6 is success. 8 is helping everybody. 3 is creativity. You know, we're having booms. We're having, you know, intuition. Things are playing out the way that they should here, really. But again, more social energy for this Venus trine natal sun. This is a good, easy time. Again, this is going to be a positive time. You see some going up action here, some staying up action here, and again, some balanced. So maybe go up and have a little plateau. Okay, maybe have a little peak and come back down and then have a little plateau. That's what I'm getting here, guys. 25th and then going into the 26th. I mean, this is Venus. This is, you know, this is a trine. This is just lots of opportunity. Again, no worry, fun, easy, and lots of money. Again, for even before the full moon. So on the 26th, the peak that we have is for Mercury, trine natal sun. Hi, kitty. And we actually, this is of course mentally relevant because it is Mercury here. So there's a clarity. Again, it's kind of like after all these discussions, finally we're going to see even more and really like long-term kind of, you know, large scale probably growth here because again, it's like all of these arguments that we've been having. Now they've made things clear. Now things are growing, you know, and again, we've been waiting for this. This is just such the long-term, you know, get what you've put your mind, you know, the things it's like you've been searching and searching and now you get your answers, you know, kind of things like that. So yes, people still kind of arguing their side, a lot of mental activity around Bitcoin here. Again, more arguments, more discussions, but again, leading to clarity. Okay, good time for negotiations, good time for kind of organizing for business, for money in general, when it comes to Bitcoin here. So 25th, 26th, bullish. Okay. So then we're going to move on to the 28th. We have the peak a little bit after. Oh, look how it came off. Look how it came off. Okay. Wow. The 28th. Okay. We have definite, again, I'm not surprised to see this because I had pump written on my notes, question mark, exclamation point, around the 28th. And even into like the 30th because, okay, this Mercury sesquiquadrate with natal Pluto is really kind of, again, it's almost like after we've come through, we've gotten really, really hyped into the research. We're doing this analytical Scorpio thing where we're getting to the bottom of what Bitcoin is really about, you know, just like we are here on this channel and what's really going on with it. Now we know, we intuitively, Bitcoin just intuitively knows, the queen always knows, you know, she's, especially the Queen of Cups, she's always got that intuition. She's very well connected. And, you know, this just speaks, there's forces, you know, here that are with Bitcoin that are very, very good, very, very noble and humble at the same time, but in a good way, in a way that means that Bitcoin can't be humble itself. So anyway, after we're going through, again, kind of this Mercury mental understanding, and then it's just going to light the fire, you know, the clarity. It's like the clarity is the oxygen, and the thoughts are the oxygen that are going to spark that fire and that flame to go even higher. That's exactly what's going on after this full moon. What we have here is, again, with this sesquiquadrate obsession. And again, we're kind of, that's kind of a result of this Scorpio moon, which is also about obsession, obsessive thoughts, and that mental power. So it's kind of, I think this is looking like 28th going to be a nice peak here, 29th, 30th maybe a nice, another high, a high day. And then let's see, the 30th was Venus trine natal Uranus. So again, could be a lot of spontaneity, lots of surprises, going to be lots of passion, but definitely there's going to be results here for Bitcoin. This is good for Bitcoin, in my opinion. You know, again, all the creativity, all the conversations, all the learning, all the clarity that we've gained. Hi, Kat. Oh my gosh. This has literally never happened in my entire career. Sorry about that. My cat just jumped on here. This is going to be a big upset. Did I not just say how we were talking about Uranus and spontaneity happens? Expect a big new cat walking into Bitcoin around the 28th and the 30th. I'm predicting now something big is going to align with Bitcoin. It's going to buy Bitcoin, a bunch of it, just like Tesla and MicroStrategy have done. That is what that cat jumping up there just means to me right now. Okay, so we'll see if we can read a little bit more into that as we go. But again, Venus, sextile, natal Uranus. This is not only a time for spontaneity and crazy things happening, but this is an agreeable time, again, getting results for Bitcoin. Also, it's kind of a social thing. Bitcoin is no longer just happy with the same old people that it's been, you know, in contact with. It's reaching out and making new contacts at this point. So that's why, you know, along with this great energy and all the other signs in this aspect, you know, looking like a spontaneous, crazy, you know, wow, knock your pants off sort of a day. And again, all signs point to good on the good side there. Okay. And so we're powerful, you know, Bitcoin's powerful here. We have the mental power and clarity. And I want to just get a little bit further into this full moon. We're going to go ahead and pull these in. Now, the full moon, on the full moon, we have a couple of fixed T-squares. And the T-squares are going to be affecting people more who, you know, they are in. And this is something that affects everybody, really. But it's going to, again, affect people who are, you know, things or coins or entities or whatever you want to look at, who are Taurus and Scorpio and Aquarius. Okay, so the T-square can be conflicts, it can be challenged, but ultimately it's just helping you to learn what needs to change in your life. So when we are looking at this in regards to Bitcoin as much as possible, we're again going to look at this, look at the situation. And the situation is we have a stellium going on with the sun, the Mercury, Venus, maybe even more in Taurus. Okay, just getting into Taurus here. Start off the Taurus season. Happy birthday to all the Tauruses. So yeah, during this time, again, traditional bull month, you have Taurus. It's a financial sign, charging ahead, you know, and now again, we've got this clarity with us. We've got this reasoning. We've got these arguments and memes, you know, infographics like all up our sleeve. We're armed with the memes, with the true ones, right? The good researched ones with, you know, reputable information, right? We can get there. And that's what this is about. Doing things in new ways. You know, you have to take a step back really and understand that we're going to discuss Saturn here, but Saturn and Jupiter are both in Aquarius. We have, you know, kind of come into the age of Aquarius, and part of that is this financial upset. And we have Taurus and Uranus for the next few years, and the next few years are going to be incredibly upsetting for the financial industry, you know, as it were. So that is good. And the Aquarius energy is with us. It's a part of this energy. It's, again, sticking around for a while, and it's one of the reasons why I actually even got into Bitcoin was because I knew, and crypto in general, was because I knew through astrology that the Taurus energy of Taurus and Uranus, and that the Aquarius, you know, rebellious energy of Saturn and Jupiter together were going to totally disrupt the financial industry. So then I said, oh, duh, Bitcoin, crypto, here we go. That's why I'm here, guys. Astrology is why I'm here. So pay it forward. Okay, so we have the bottom of the deck here, had the Page of Pentacles coming through, and we do have the High Priestess. So again, there's that connection that I was talking about. Like the Great Mother here is like backing Bitcoin, I feel like getting, like, it has her stamp of approval, you know, because it can be the people's coin. It is the people's coin. This is again, the new financial ways that are for the people. The old financial ways is the suits, it's the rich, it's the elites that want to keep the power. That's why we have the systemic racism. That's why we have the systemic inequality on many fronts. And that's why we have a lot of things that aren't okay. So, you know, it's not left versus right, guys. It's the, you know, 99% versus the 1%. So just remember that. So let's get into this a little bit deeper. Taurus represents the stubborn bull, the old, really the bull in astrology here is stubborn, not wanting to move, those old set in stone financial systems that I was just speaking of that really serve to keep the rich richer and the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer and completely decimating the middle class. All of these things we've all been hearing, that's why we're all here, is because of these dynamics that we already know are playing out. So that's kind of the widespread, the macro. We zoom in to the micro here a little bit closer. We actually have this fixed T square with Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, with the Taurus sun, again, that we just entered and discussed, and also with the Scorpio moon. So again, that brings the deep analysis side, that observing, that nothing's getting by me, that learning, and that really, there's an open-mindedness even in Scorpio there to, it's being accepting. Again, anybody can join, black, white, big, small, rich, little, like rich, poor, whatever. It's anybody, can really truly get into Bitcoin. Again, it's not like the olden days where you had to have a broker, you had to know people, you had to, have all sorts of things, and you had to be able to buy a lot at once. Now we have Bitcoin that can be fractionated into all these tiny little things and shared with everybody. And that's why it's good. It's more equal opportunity than these old financial systems. And don't get me started on the good that even just like, one coin can do here, right? So Taurus is also, I want to make a note that Taurus not only is the bull, but Taurus is earth sign. Earth is pentacles. Earth is coins in tarot. Okay. So that's another reason, why we have bullish energy a lot of times during Taurus season. So with these fixed T squares, again, these can really be disruptive because it's asking us, it's causing something to happen to say, wait, this isn't working. What needs to change here? So of course we're looking at what needs to change with our financial systems. And again, that Aquarius Saturn energy is saying, we're going to get some rebellion up in this work, up in the way things work around here. And so our traditional, if you're a Taurus entity, let's say, and which I'm sure a lot of these old financial institutions are, things like that, like they're going to be having more problems, and they're going to be learning how they're going to be needing to look at themselves and again figure out how they need to make some change. And that goes for people as well as corporations and everything like that as well. Okay, like could be Grandpa Joe, needs to kind of have that open mind, and sometimes, again, the open mind causes friction. When you hear something that goes against your paradigm, you have the friction. And that's what this is. This is the friction of hearing news about Bitcoin that goes against people's old paradigm. It's breaking down the old financial paradigms. This is awesome. And again, through these discussions we're having, these things are changing. It's amazing. And again, people who are not willing to change and go with the flow are going to get burned and or left in the dust here. And they might be starting to feel it. Okay. Again, their analytical skills might be starting to piece things together, and their old, structures are crumbling. Okay. It's going to be painful for some people, it looks like here. And again, I think the more, resistant to kind of this Aquarian rebellious nature, really what the inevitable, the new, the coming of a new age, it is inevitable. And you got to bend to it. You got to learn with it. You got to go with the flow. People who are learning, people who are excited about Bitcoin, people who are charging ahead are going to, be so much more successful, so much happier than those who are unable to do that. Okay. Another part of the fixed T square, we have Taurus and Uranus with kind of the same other setup as Scorpio and Saturn. So, again, this can be upsetting for some people, for some again, mainly people who, you know, people who are trying, I'm feeling like trying to get in, you know, you're going to have issues trying to get in because maybe the price is going to be too high. And again, this is going to be upsetting to some of the financial industries. Like, they're not going to want that. And this is just what it is. But again, the analytics, the Scorpio moon, the gut feelings, the intuition is drawing us to our little happy place here. Those who are stacking coins are feeling good. Okay, but if you're on the outside and looking in at the coins, you're going to be injured and it's going to take you a longer time. Okay, so listen to the intuition, listen to, again, the higher knowledge, not the knowledge that's been fed down to us through, you know, top down through the financial systems. Again, this is dawning of a new day. Bitcoin's a child. Bitcoin is a child to children. You know, Paige is young. It's a young understudy. Okay. It can be overly excited. Yes, we have pumps here, and then we may have crashes. That's fine. It's the way that it goes. But we know from looking at the overall energy that the overall energy is bullish here. The overall energy is going up. And yeah, there's another fixed T-square. Same thing. Everything's the same. The moon, Saturn, except for you have Taurus and Venus. So again, this is that passion helping everything to grow. Okay. The passion, and the Venus is, again, that's like, it's in its element here. You have, yeah, I mean, this is huge. Like, there's a lot going on to even, I could discuss this for hours, but I do want to get to wrapping it up here. The very last thing I do want to talk about, we'll do one more card here, is we have a grand water trine, you guys. And so, and this is, again, this is the energy for the 26th and also somewhat around that time too. But the grand water trine with the moon is only going to last, you know, that's going to be very specific. And anything, actually all of these T-squares are going to be pretty specific because they do have the moon in them. So specific to, you know, the 26th again. So another 5. Okay, interesting. So yeah, this one's just not super, you know, as clear. I'm definitely getting a little bit of up and a down, a little bit of, you know, journey, a little bit of back and forth for sure. 5s are twisty, you know, they're turny. So we could have, you know, again, crazy pumps, drops. So really be ready. This is one of those times, this full moon, you definitely, you know, if you're wanting to make moves, if you're wanting to get in or out, you definitely want to be keeping your eye on it. On that price, and just, you can see the craziness, and even just for fun, just to see what's going on, because you know, who needs to pay for cable or even Netflix whenever you can just watch the crypto charts, right? Maybe some YouTube too. So, but the last thing, again, this grand water trine, we have the moon, of course, in Scorpio. You know, again, that intuitive, that it's not scared, you know, to talk about crypto. Crypto might have been taboo in the past. Well, this full moon in particular, no, it's no longer taboo anymore to talk about Bitcoin again. And again, people are going to be attacking it. People are going to be, you know, and again, there's going to be ups and downs here. Even I'm feeling like on, you know, the full moon. And I put it in as the 26th, depending on where you are. It could be, you know, 25th. But we have, again, Cancer of Mars. So that's telling me that, again, a lot of these discussions that we're going to be able to have and the sharing that we're going to be able to be doing about Bitcoin, we're going to be able to do in a nice, easy, gentle, peaceful way. It's kind of like you don't need to cram it down people's throat just because, you know, again, the stats, the higher numbers, you know, the math, it speaks for itself. And that's pretty awesome. But the other part of this grand water trine is none other than Jupiter in Aquarius. So this is that piece that we wanted. Again, there's expansion, you know, with this grand water trine. There's a lot of opportunity here, and it can be deceiving, I want to say, because of I feel like this watery Mars energy is like, you again, I'm getting the visions of like watching something change but like it's so slow, or it's happening. It's almost like it's even happening so fast that you can, like it's a plant grows so fast, like you can almost actually see it grow. Or it's like it's calm and peaceful, but it's really, really growing fast, even though it feels so peaceful. Or even though it feels like it's not growing, again, it really, really is. So again, that's kind of back to count the little things, count the eggs before the chickens hatch or whatever, like, and it's something that I always said in my manifestation videos and things like that, which I have a whole law of attraction playlist if you're interested in that. And that is, it's like, you have to just get on that level. You have to count the little things before, like a lot of times people will give up before the seed gets, you have to be looking for that little piece of seed, that little dirt, little movement in the dirt, before, so you don't give up, and you can keep on looking for those signs. I hope that comes across and makes sense. But again, celebrate the little things, and then it'll just bring you more good, positive energy to build up and build up and build up. And yeah, it brings you more in the end. So changes are coming. We really are in the midst of a massive transition of finance and the systems of actual money changing hands. We're going to be leveling the score here over the next, well, definitely, I think Taurus and Uranus is like 25 or 26. And I think that's kind of like one of the main time periods where we can expect some of these big, big, big changes to happen. So, okay, thanks for watching. Much love, many blessings. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for the thumbs up and sharing and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you guys real soon.